So we're gonna see what happens with this Delta variant, but I don't have a very good feeling about it. I think we're gonna be back under a mask mandate very soon. And I got tickets to Kings Island, thinking that might have been a mistake actually. But I'm going this month, unless Kings Island says, "Hey, we're shutting down. We'll give you your money back." So that's the Delta variant, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
And now, without further ado, the man we've all been waiting for, T-Jam-D. Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Now, before I move on to the next subject at hand, I want to talk a little bit about a personal issue. Over the weekend, I ran into an issue with my nephew, who is now in jail because he is a dick-faced dummy. Seriously, this guy is a real jackass. I don't care that he's my nephew. He is a real dick face. He's a grown man. I'm not talking about a 9-year-old and calling him a dick face. This is a grown man. Guy is in his 20s. And that tells you everything you need to know right there. Because I've always said young people are stupid. Even when I was younger, I was a dumbass. I was a complete dummy. Yeah, you know, you get a little older, you start to wise up a little bit, get some experience. You look back on some of the stuff you've did, some of the things you've done, bad decisions that you've made, and just stupidity. Now, I almost got into it with my nephew because he's a disrespectful little jackass. He beat his own mother up. This guy beat his own mother up and stole her TV. And for whatever reasons, the boy gets drunk. The boy gets drunk and starts to think he can kick everyone's ass, which is nonsensical. He's not an MMA fighter or some huge, big, strong guy who can just, rage out and bust monkey ass. He's just a regular sized guy. Probably 5'9", 190 pounds, somewhere around there. He ain't not like a midget or anything. You can just kick him and say, "Shut the fuck up, midge master." No, he's a regular sized guy, but he's a terrible guy. I hate to even admit that this asshole is my nephew, but he is one terrible. I was about to hit this son of a bitch upside the head with a baseball bat. Really? And he pulled a knife on me. But I'm just not the kind of guy who's going to feel sorry for somebody because they're family. You pull a knife on me, you beat your own mother up, you stole her TV. I mean, he's just a horrible, out there disrespecting his aunt, yelling, calling her a whore. He is an awful piece of trash of a human being, and I don't even care that Dominic Moore is my nephew. He is a horrible dick-faced dummy. A dick-faced dummy is what this boy is. He's a no-good piece of trash. Now, I hate to say that about my nephew, but he's a scumbag. He really is terrible. So, he ended up in jail, had a warrant, and kicked his cousin's door and busted the window. This is how terrible he is. You can't really say anything about this jackass without it being something bad, because he didn't do anything good. He's just awful. So that was my experience on when was that? Saturday night. This boy was acting a fool, making a fool out of himself. and then ended up in jail. The cops came and took him away. And then he had the nerve to turn to the rest of us and say, "Oh, y'all happy now?" And we was like, "Yes, dumbass. You're going to jail. Now we don't have to put up with your faggot ass. Stupid." Which, I was just insulting him. He's not actually gay, but, who cares at that moment? I'm just insulting the boy. So, that was an incident that I had over the weekend, which, I don't like to get into it like that with people anymore. I'm getting too old for that nonsense. That's why I was going to hit him with a bat instead of my fist. I'll hit him with my fist too, but my own nephew pulled a knife on me, talking about he gonna cut me. Be like, you can't get close enough because I got a bat right here. I'll bust your monkey ass head, boy. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with the listening audience. Sometimes I, gotta share a few things about myself. Hopefully, it would be something good and something nice. You know what I'm saying? Next time I share something about myself, hopefully I'm saying, I hit the lottery or something. Not, I almost had to hit my nephew upside the head with a baseball bat. That doesn't reflect very well on me or him. But he's the one acting like a jackass. So, garbage in, garbage out. Anyway, I wanted to, for the last few minutes here, let me see. I heard somebody mention goat yoga. This is the second time. That's the second time I heard somebody mention goat yoga. As in doing yoga with little baby goats in the room. And I've seen this. I've actually seen this done. I've seen it on the Kardashians. I don't know when it was I watched it. It's been several months ago when I was watching. I don't remember I think I was watching something else with somebody else, and they had the Kardashians on, and one of the sisters done some goat yoga. I don't want to make fun of people in California, but they come up with some weird bullshit that they think that they swear by. This lady was talking about the goat yoga, which is good stimulating exercises that really stretches you out and massages your muscles and makes you more limber, more flexible, so that when you perform your sport, you participate in a sport, you can do better because you're more flexible. You don't pull muscles. When you do yoga regularly, you become stronger and more flexible at the same time without bulking up. So anyway, I heard somebody talk about goat yoga. And they said it in a serious manner, like they wasn't kidding about the goat yoga. And I've heard people talking about different types of yoga. I heard the hot yoga. Some people do hot yoga. Some people do yoga in a room where the temperature's turned up. Some people do naked yoga. Now that right there is I wouldn't mind doing naked yoga if I was in good shape with some chicks. I don't want no dude to be there. But when I seen the naked yoga, there was a guy. And he was doing yoga with a bunch of women. I was thinking, there you go. I don't know how this guy convinced them that being naked was to their advantage. But he's a brilliant guy because some of these chicks were really attractive, good-looking girls, and they're out there naked, stretching and opening their legs up and doing all kind of poses and getting on all fours and arching their back. Yeah, I'm just thinking, man, this guy, how's he not getting an erection in this naked yoga? He's looking at all these chicks, and some of them are just looking nothing but good. In this naked yoga, I'm thinking, why do you need to be naked? How does that make it better? In this goat yoga is completely ridiculous. It's the most nonsensical bullshit I've ever heard. You're doing yoga in a room with a bunch of baby goats. Trust me, the goats are not making it better. The only thing the goats are doing is shitting on the floor and scratching people with their hooves. You know what I'm saying? You're doing goat yoga. This is silly. There's no advantage. There's no advantage to having baby goats in the room. Trust me, I know you guys think that you've come up on something. I know you think you've come up on something with this goat yoga, but you haven't. Goat yoga is totally nonsense. I mean, it's nonsense. Having little goats in the room while you're doing yoga is not going to help you at all. It ain't going to do anything. Only you're going to have to clean up the room. The goats are going to duty on you and pee on you. Or maybe if they don't duty and pee on you, they're going to pee on the floor while you're doing yoga. They just don't even understand what's going on. They're just walking around. Some of them getting in the way. You know what I'm saying? They jump up on people. That's partially why I don't like animals. You know what I'm saying? I had this couple. They're nice people. I like them. The two Jessies. They got a couple of dogs. They live next door to my nephew. Not the one that I almost hit with a bat. There's another nephew, different one. Actually, but the one dog just kept coming up to me, putting his nose under my arm and forcefully moving my arm out of the way so he can get his, I'm sitting down on the steps, so he can get his nose up under my arm, like to force me to be affectionate. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't like to do with animals. I don't like to be affectionate. I don't like them sniffing and licking at me and rubbing up against me and jumping up on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an animal person. But that's what these goats do in this goat yoga. They just jump up on people because, you can't be cruel to the animals. You just sort of pet them and try to, get them to leave. Like here. And then, rub their hair a little bit. But that just makes them want to come back if you pet them. Especially if you give them a good head rub and a neck, rub. They love that. And then they just want to come back and just jump up on you and lay on you. And I'm like, this is just going too far. But the first time I heard of goat yoga, it was on the Kardashian show. Like I said, somebody was watching the Kardashians and they were talking about goat yoga, and then they went to they went to a goat yoga class where people were doing yoga, and then they released some baby goats in the room with the people who was doing the yoga, and the baby goats basically just walked around. Some of them sniffing people, and then they would crawl on them, and they really just getting in the way. And some of them peeing on the floor or on your mat, your little personal mat, or taking a dump on, just walking around taking a dump. Baby goats. So I don't know. I've tried yoga before, but I didn't stick to it. But it was really good, exercise to do if you want to be limber and flexible, and you're able to move more gracefully and fluent if you stick with the yoga. I didn't do it, but Yoga is good for you, but doing it with goats is not going to help anything. It ain't going to make any difference. Anyone who tells you that it is just